And dating in Oakland,
here in Berkeley,
San Francisco,
you have to be prepared for anything.
It's a plethora of colors, it's a plethora of religions.
Girls out here are kind of different, you know, more partying, more kind of more out there.
having to understand that maybe if you're dating some guy, you're not going to be able to see him that often because he's always at a startup.
Every single date that I've gone on with someone I've met here, though, it always ends with, like, sex is always on the table. First date doesn't, 15 minutes, sex is always on the table here.
Alternate sexualities, alternate relationship practices. It's not a conservative town.
That's right. I headed west to get Bay Area perspectives on dating. And though opinions varied on where to meet people or take a date, one thing I kept hearing over and over again was how normal, complex relationships are there.
when I first got married, I would still kind of switch back and forth between calling my wife or my girlfriend. And there was this cafe around the corner from here, and I, over several months, was chatting with one of the baristas, and I would talk about my wife / my girlfriend. And then a few weeks ago, she's like, "Nick, so do you have a girlfriend and a wife?" And it wasn't like judgmental. It was just like super matter of fact. And I was like, yeah, I would never have gotten that question in Chicago.
The term open relationship is very spoken about, talked about here as far as what does it mean? What does that really look like?
It's not just a given that everyone's looking for a long-term committed relationship.
It was really funny. We met this girl, our friend liked her, and we asked well, first, what is your preferred pronoun? So are you a she or a he? And then what is your sexual orientation? Are you straight or non-straight, or however are you identifying? And what is your preferred relationship structure? And it was such a strange question at first, but there are different types of relationships.
I was at this party and with a couple of my friends that are both, one is she actually lives in New York. She's in a poly relationship with a woman who lives with her girlfriend of 4 years. And then Laura has been dating women for the last bunch of years, and they think that everybody can love everybody, and if you're not open to that, then it's just because you're not open to it. That everyone has that potential. Mm-hmm. And I ended up in this situation where I had to defend. I was like, look, guys, I really have thought about this, and I'm pretty sure I'm heterosexual.
Someone like me who actually I am a heterosexual identifier, and I've mostly been in monogamous relationships. It's been really interesting because I think it's brought questions that I've sure asked myself throughout my life, but it's brought more of them to the surface. There's a lot more opportunity in general here, especially in finding love, I think.
For communities that may not be so used to open dating or even discussions and dialogue around sexuality, it makes it at least accessible, and that information kind of hits it's like perfume. You don't get it sprayed on you, but if you're in the path, some will get on you. So just by right of being in the Bay Area, you have access to all of this information.
After spending 5 days talking to everyone I met in the Bay about dating, relationship, and sex norms, it was clear that access to being informed Nina was talking about made for a lot of healthy communicating. Now, want to find out more about love in the Bay? Well, head over to Bedsider's Tumblr page.